हाय स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू दी चैनल वेदांतु नीट मेड इजी। मैं हूं आपकी मास्टर टीचर कनिका और इस सीरीज में हम सॉल्व करते हैं PYQs फ्रॉम द बायोलॉजी सेक्शन। आज जो हम चैप्टर सॉल्व करने वाले हैं दैट इज एक्सक्रीटरी प्रोडक्ट्स एंड देयर एलिमिनेशन। क्लास 11th का क्वाइट इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर है बिकॉज वी नो ह्यूमन फिजियो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट यूनिट है, राइट। ह्यूमन फिजियोलॉजी में से बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं एंड ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल वेटेज होती है सभी चैप्टर्स की, राइट। तो एक्सक्रीटरी प्रोडक्ट्स एंड एलिमिनेशन, राइट, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर। 2 to 3 क्वेश्चंस ऑन एन एवरेज आप इस चैप्टर से एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं। सो फॉर एवरी क्वेश्चन मैं आपको दूंगी 20 सेकेंड्स। सो लेट्स बिगिन विदाउट एनी डिले। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हियर ऑन योर स्क्रीन। गिवन बिलो आर स्टेटमेंट्स, वन इज लेबल्ड assertion एंड अदर इज लेबल्ड रीजन, राइट। assertion क्या है? बेसिकली एक स्टेटमेंट है और उसका एक रीजन दिया, आपको फाइंड आउट करना है दैट assertion रीजन बोथ आर ट्रू, सही रीजन है कि नहीं या रीजन गलत है, स्टेटमेंट सही है, लाइक दैट। तो assertion says nephrons are of two types, cortical nephron and juxtamedullary nephron based upon their relative position in cortex and medulla, right। cortex and medulla में जो relative position है उसके बेसिस पर हमने नेफ्रॉन को डिवाइड किया है कॉर्टिकल एंड juxtamedullary में। रीजन क्या है इसका दिया हुआ, दैट juxtamedullary nephrons have short loop of Henle whereas cortical nephrons have longer loop of Henle, right। कि juxtamedullary nephrons जो होते हैं उनका loop of Henle थोड़ा short होता है एंड जो cortical nephrons है उनका loop of Henle की जो लेंथ है वो ज्यादा लंबी होती है, राइट। तो इन दो स्टेटमेंट्स की लाइट में चूज द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट फ्रॉम द ऑप्शंस गिवन बिलो। सही ऑप्शन चूज करना है। assertion is false, reason is true, both assertion and reason are true, right, and R is the correct explanation of A. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation, or A is true, R is false. A is true, R is false, right? तो आपको clear statement यहाँ पर read करनी है and you have to tell if it is the correct reason or not. Hurry up, students. 20 seconds, come on. So you can take your time. आराम से आप लोग स्टेटमेंट रीड कर लो एक बारी कि नेफ्रॉन्स के दो टाइप्स दिए हैं, कॉर्टिकल juxtamedullary, राइट। उनकी पोजीशंस गिवन है, कॉर्टेक्स वाले को कॉर्टिकल कहते हैं, मेडुला वाले को juxtamedullary कहते हैं एंड ऑल्सो द लूप ऑफ हेनले लेंथ इज गिवन, रीजन इज गिवन, ओके। तो आपको इसके कंटेक्स्ट में राइट रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट्स एंड रीजन एक्सप्लेन करना है। सो 20 seconds, कम ऑन, हरी अप। 20 seconds, you have to mark assertion and reason if it is right or not, okay। assertion, cortical and juxtamedullary nephrons are classified on the basis of their position and loop of Henle किसमें लंबा होता है। 3, 2, 1, time up। of course बच्चों अगर हम फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट देखें तो बिल्कुल सही है, दो तरह के नेफ्रॉन्स मिलेंगे, कॉर्टिकल एंड juxtamedullary। रीजन की बात करें तो juxtamedullary have short loop of Henle, no children, juxtamedullary have long loop of Henle and cortical nephrons have shorter loop of Henle, they have shorter loop of Henle। तो डिफरेंस है दोनों में, राइट। तो assertion is right but reason is wrong, option D is the right answer। A is true but R is false, A is true but R is false, okay, that is the statement। और you can see this NCERT snip also जहां पर clearly mentioned है, right, that you know the loop of Henle is too short and extends only very little into the medulla, such nephrons are cortical nephrons। तो cortical nephrons में जो length होती है वो short होती है loop of Henle की, but in some of the nephrons the loop of Henle is very long and runs deep into the medulla, these are called juxtamedullary nephrons। तो exactly opposite दिया था, that's why we can say that reason is a wrong statement, okay, clear। next question, which of the following statements are correct। नीट 2023 का क्वेश्चन जो हमने प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन किया वो भी बच्चों नीट 2023 मतलब इसी साल का, इसी प्रीवियस ईयर का क्वेश्चन है, राइट। तो अगेन क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम नीट 2023, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट। करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट कौन सी है? एन एक्सेसिव लॉस ऑफ बॉडी फ्लूइड फ्रॉम द बॉडी स्विचेस ऑफ द रिसेप्टर्स, ADH facilitates water reabsorption to prevent diuresis, ANF causes vasodilation, ADH causes increase in BP, ADH is responsible for increase in GFR। Which of the following statements are correct? Choose the correct option. You have to choose the correct option. Which of the following statements are correct, right? तो आपको पता है कि ये regulation of excretion से related question है and mostly regulation से related questions पूछे जाते हैं एक्सक्रीशन चैप्टर से, बिकॉज हमने एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मैकेनिज्म पढ़ा है, रास मैकेनिज्म, राइट? तो दैट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रेगुलेटर. 20 seconds, hurry up. 20 seconds, hurry up. Excessive loss of body fluid, switches off receptors. ADH facilitates water reabsorption. ANF causes vasodilation. ADH causes increase in BP. ADH is responsible for decrease in GFR. So time up. Of course, children, correct option is B, C and D statements are right. अगर हम फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट को देखें, an excessive loss of body fluid from the body switches off the receptors. No, अगर excessive loss होगा body fluids का तो your receptors will turn on, they will get activated. ADH facilitates water reabsorption. Okay, that's the right statement. E statement, ADH is responsible for decrease in GFR. No, children, ADH is responsible for increase in GFR. तो ये दो statements गलत हैं. A and E, B, C, D statements are totally right. Okay, so see from NCERT book also. Sorry. So an excessive loss of fluid from the body can activate receptors. Activate these receptors. So basically, जब loss of fluid होगा body से तो receptors क्या होंगे? Activate होंगे, right? Is that clear? And also, you know that this causes an increase in blood pressure. An increase in blood pressure increases the glomerular blood flow, therefore the GFR. तो basically ADH की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे कि ADH का one of the functions is to increase the GFR, not to decrease. Okay, blood pressure को increase करेगा, constriction बढ़ाएगा, and ultimately glomerular filtration rate will increase. Next question, again assertion reason type, NEET 2023 का ही सवाल है. Given below are the statements, one is labeled as assertion, another is labeled as reason. Assertion is ascending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water and allows transport of electrolytes actively or passively. Reason, dilution of filtrate takes place due to efflux of electrolytes. Means efflux means outgoing of electrolytes. Outgoing of electrolytes in the medullary fluid. In the light of above statements, choose the correct statement. Right statement choose करेंगे. A is true, R is false. Assertion is false, reason is true. Both A and R are true. R is the correct explanation. Both A and R are true. R is not the correct explanation. दो statements है, assertion, reason, right? और आपको choose करना है if it is the correct reason or not, or if the statements are right or not. Okay? So 20 seconds, hurry up. In the meantime, let me have water and you can read the statements carefully. Okay, so ascending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water and allows transport of electrolytes actively or passively. Reason is dilution of filtrate takes place due to efflux. तो बच्चों दोनों ही statements सही हैं. बिल्कुल ascending limb जो होता है loop of Henle का वो impermeable होता है, right, to water. It allows transport of electrolytes only. And reason is dilution of filtrate takes place due to outgoing of electrolytes in the medullary fluid. That's the correct reason. So Henle's loop के बारे में ध्यान से अगर हम पढ़े, ascending limb की बात जहां पर हो रही है, ascending limb is impermeable to water but allows transport of electrolytes actively or passively. Therefore, as the concentrated filtrate passes upward, it gets diluted due to passage of electrolytes to the medullary fluid, right? So that's the correct reason and correct statement. All right, NEET 2023 question. Next, NEET 2023, it was asked, arrange the events renin-angiotensin mechanism in correct sequence. तो हमें पता है कि बॉडी में एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मैकेनिज्म चलता है, renin angiotensin aldosterone mechanism, right? So how does it get activated step by step? Activation of juxtaglomerular cells and release of renin. Angiotensin 2 activates release of aldosterone, fall in GFR, glomerular blood pressure, reabsorption of sodium and water from distal convoluted tubule. Angiotensinogen is converted into angiotensin 1 and then angiotensin 2. So you have to choose the correct sequence from the following. Okay, arrange the events of renin-angiotensin mechanism? 20 seconds, come on, hurry up. That's the question. So from where does this mechanism begin? तो बेसिकली कोई कंडीशन होनी चाहिए, राइट? कोई ना कोई कंडीशन होगी जिसके रिस्पॉन्स में ये मैकेनिज्म एक्टिवेट होगा. तो फ्रॉम देयर यू स्टार्ट द सीक्वेंस. 3, 2, 1, टाइम अप. ऑफ कोर्स राइट सीक्वेंस इज CAEBD. दैट इज अगर ग्लोमेरुलर ब्लड प्रेशर फॉल होगा, सो व्हाट विल हैपन? Juxtaglomerular cells will become activated and they will release renin. Okay, followed by it, angiotensinogen is converted to angiotensin 1 and then angiotensin 2. Finally, angiotensin 2 activates release of aldosterone and eventually reabsorption will take place from distal parts of the convoluted tubule. That is conditional reabsorption. So this step is conditional reabsorption. जब बॉडी जो है स्ट्रेस में होगी, वाटर स्ट्रेस में होगी, इन दैट केस DCT will start reabsorbing sodium and water, okay, ions and water. So that's how RAS mechanism works. So you can mark from this paragraph, NCERT की lines है, right? NCERT का paragraph है that a fall in GFR, right? GFR अगर fall करेगा तो juxtaglomerular cells activate होंगे, क्या रिलीज करने के लिए? रेनिन. रेनिन कन्वर्ट करेगा एंजियोटेंसिनोजन, ब्लड में जो प्रेजेंट होता है रिलीज हुआ लिवर से, टू एंजियोटेंसिन 1 एंड फाइनली इट इज कन्वर्टेड टू एंजियोटेंसिन 2. एंजियोटेंसिन 2 बीइंग अ पावरफुल वासोकंस्ट्रिक्टर. एंजियोटेंसिन 2 क्या है? एक पावरफुल वासोकंस्ट्रिक्टर है जो कि क्या बढ़ा देगा? ब्लड प्रेशर इंक्रीज कर देगा एंड देयरफॉर GFR विल इंक्रीज. Angiotensin 2 also activates adrenal cortex to release aldosterone. So that's how aldosterone is also activated and it will cause reabsorption, conditional reabsorption of sodium and water from distal parts of the tubule. Okay, clear? Is that understood? Oh, that's the question from NEET 2022. I hope you have not seen the marked answer. NEET 2022 का question है. Nitrogenous waste is excreted in the form of pellet or paste by Pavo, Ornithorhynchus, Salamandra, Hippocampus. नाइट्रोजनस वेस्ट जो है किस फॉर्म में रिलीज होता है, राइट? इन द फॉलोइंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स दैट यू शुड नो. उसके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है हमें नॉलेज फ्रॉम एनिमल किंगडम चैप्टर, क्योंकि यहाँ पर सारे ही नाम दिए हैं साइंटिफिक, राइट? टेक्निकल नेम्स दिए, बायोलॉजिकल टर्म्स है. तो यू नीड टू नो द नेम ऑफ द ऑर्गेनिज्म, अदरवाइज तभी हम बता सकते हैं पैलेट और पेस्ट के फॉर्म में नाइट्रोजनस वेस्ट किस में पास होगा. इज दैट क्लियर? 20 seconds, hurry up. Nitrogenous waste is excreted in the form of pellet or paste by Pavo, Ornithorhynchus, Salamandra or Hippocampus. So biological names are given. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. Pavo, you know it is peacock, right? And peacock is a bird. Birds release uric acid. Uric acid is released in the form of pellet or paste. It is released in the form of pellet or paste. So that's why correct answer is Pavo, and that's a question from NEET 2022, right? Terrestrial adaptations necessitated the production of. Terrestrial adaptations जो हैं, right, किस चीज की प्रोडक्शन को necessitate करती हैं? Highly toxic nitrogenous waste like urea and uric acid. Lesser toxic nitrogenous waste like urea and uric acid, lesser toxic waste like ammonia and urea, or is it highly toxic waste like ammonia and urea? Terrestrial adaptations, right? मतलब जब organisms water से land की तरफ move कर रहे थे, so what kind of nitrogenous waste started producing? 20 seconds, hurry up. That's a simple question because जो सबसे advanced groups है, right, including birds, mammals, what do they produce? उसके according you should be able to answer this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Time up. Of course, children, terrestrial adaptations की बात हो रही है, so organisms must be producing lesser toxic nitrogenous waste like urea and uric acid. Urea, which is a nitrogenous waste in mammals, uric acid like in birds, because ammonia aquatic organisms का feature है and ammonia is very much toxic. It is way more toxic. So terrestrial adaptations में ये भी adaptation थी that organisms started producing less toxic waste, which required minimal, water to be excreted out. State the correct statements. NEET 2022 का question, right? Angiotensin 2 activates cortex of adrenal gland to release aldosterone. Aldosterone leads to increase in blood pressure. ANF acts as a check on renin-angiotensin mechanism. ADH causes vasodilation. Vasopressin is released from adenohypophysis. Choose the appropriate answer from the options given below. Right answer choose करेंगे A, B, C, D, E. Which of the following is correct statement? 20 seconds, hurry up. Which of the following statements is correct? Regarding angiotensin, aldosterone, ANF, ADH and vasopressin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. Of course children, right answer is A, B and C statements only, because अगर D statement को हम देखें, ADH causes vasodilation, that's wrong, because ADH causes vasoconstriction. It causes vasoconstriction and hence causes increase in BP and GFR, right? BP भी बढ़ जाएगा और GFR भी increase होगा. Vasopressin is released from adenohypophysis. No children, it is released from neurohypophysis part of pituitary. Neurohypophysis, okay? Neurohypophysis, clear? So you can see here. That ADH is released from neurohypophysis. And also one more activity of ADH, right? That it causes constriction of blood vessels. ADH can also affect the kidney function by its constrictory effects on blood vessels. Constriction cause करता है. Constriction means it, pressurizes the blood vessels to increase blood pressure, BP, okay, and GFR, okay. Next question. Which of the following hormones reduces blood pressure? NEET 2022 का क्वेश्चन. कौन सा इनमें से ऐसा हार्मोन है जो ब्लड प्रेशर को रिड्यूस करने में यूज होता है? एक्चुअली इट्स अ चेक पॉइंट फॉर रेगुलेशन ऑफ एक्सक्रीशन. जब एक्सक्रीशन का रेगुलेशन होता है एंड अल्टीमेटली एल्डोस्टेरॉन इज रिलीज्ड, ADH इज रिलीज्ड, रेनिन इज रिलीज्ड, इन दैट केस ब्लड प्रेशर इंक्रीज हो जाता है. बट उसको रेगुलेट करने के लिए कौन सा हार्मोन एक्टिवेट होता है? दैट्स द क्वेश्चन. ADH, antidiuretic hormone, atrial natriuretic factor, aldosterone or angiotensin 2. Which of the following hormones is produced for reducing the blood pressure? 20 seconds, come on. ADH hormone, ANF, aldosterone or angiotensin 2. Which of the following hormones reduces blood pressure? 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, time up. Of course children, ANF, atrial natriuretic factor, which is released from the heart, right? That reduces the blood pressure. It acts as a checkpoint on blood pressure. So you can mark here. An increase in blood flow to the atria of the heart, auricles of the heart, can cause the release of ANF. So basically atria से ANF release होगा. That causes dilation of vessels, basically relaxation of blood vessels, and therefore decreasing the blood pressure. Okay, so it acts as a check on renin-angiotensin mechanism. Clear? Next question. NEET 2020 का सवाल है. Increase in osmolarity from outer to inner medullary interstitium is maintained due to. तो जो बाहर से अंदर की तरफ जाते वक्त मेडुला में ऑस्मोलैरिटी इंक्रीज करती रहती है फ्रॉम 300 मिलीऑस्मोल पर लीटर टू 1200 मिलीऑस्मोल पर लीटर. दैट इंक्रीजेस बिकॉज ऑफ विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग? क्लोज प्रॉक्सिमिटी बिटवीन हेनलेज लूप एंड वाजा रेक्टा, काउंटर करंट मैकेनिज्म, selective secretion of bicarbonate and hydrogen ions in PCT, higher blood pressure in glomerular capillaries. Only 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Which of the following? Increase in osmolarity from outer to inner medullary interstitium is because of which reasons? 20 seconds, hurry up. Close proximity, counter current mechanism, selective secretion of bicarbonate and hydrogen ions, higher blood pressure in glomerular capillaries. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. Of course children, right answer is 1 and 2 statements are right reason. क्योंकि Henle's loop और vasa recta, right? This is Henle's loop. So vasa recta runs around it like this in the opposite direction, right? तो अगर loop of Henle में the flow is like this, if in loop of Henle the flow of the filtrate is like this, right? So in vasa recta it is in opposite direction. Vasa recta में उसकी जो direction होगी that will be opposite. And also this is what is called counter current mechanism. So A and B, that is 1 and 2 statements are totally right. First, they lie in close association. Second, they show counter current mechanism. So you can see here the proximity between the Henle's loop and vasa recta as well as the counter current mechanism in them help in maintaining increasing osmolarity towards inner medullary interstitium, that is from 300 milliosmol per liter in the cortex to about 1200 milliosmol per liter in the inner medulla. Okay, and this gradient is caused by release of electrolytes towards the medulla. Okay, so this is caused by NaCl and urea. So that's the reason behind, you know, increased osmolarity of inner medullary interstitium. Select the correct statement. Need those are these का सवाल. Correct statement. Atrial natriuretic factor increases the blood pressure. Is that wrong? Angiotensin 2 is a powerful vasodilator. Is that correct? Counter current pattern of blood flow is not observed in vasa recta. Is that correct? Reduction in GFR activates juxtaglomerular cells to release renin. Which of the following statements, one of them is correct? You have to mark that. 20 seconds, hurry up. Select the correct statement. ANF increases blood pressure. Angiotensin 2 is a powerful vasodilator. Counter current pattern of blood flow is not observed in vasa recta. Which of the following statements is correct? So of course children, right answer is reduction in GFR causes, you know, juxtaglomerular cells to release renin. So that's the correct statement. Otherwise, you know, all the statements are totally opposite, right? That atrial natriuretic factor increases the blood pressure. No, it decreases the blood pressure. अभी हमने पिछले क्वेश्चन में भी ये देखा है. Angiotensin 2 is a powerful vasodilator. No, it's a vasoconstrictor. It's a vasoconstrictor. Counter current pattern of blood flow is not observed. It is observed in vasa recta. Okay. So those statements, all of three, are wrong and only last statement बिल्कुल सही है. Next question. Need those are 20 से. Presence of which of the following conditions in urine are indicative of diabetes mellitus? कौन सी condition जो है diabetes mellitus को represent करती है? Uremia and renal calculi, ketonuria and glycosuria, renal calculi and hyperglycemia, uremia and ketonuria. Which of the following statements, which of the following conditions, you know, represents that patient is suffering from diabetes mellitus? 20 seconds, hurry up. Because ये जो जितने भी diseases होते हैं like diabetes and all, they are checked through the sample of urine also, right? Sometimes उसको समझने के लिए urine samples का भी use करते हैं. So what do you find in the urine sample of patients suffering from diabetes mellitus? 3, 2 and 1, time up. Right answer is you can find crystals of ketone and glucose in the, you know, as you know, crystals or in some small stone form or some like, you know, presence can be seen maybe in the fluid form itself, right? So you can find it here in the NCERT book that analysis of urine helps in clinical diagnosis of many metabolic disorders as well as malfunctioning of the kidney. For example, presence of glucose, for example, glycosuria, and ketone bodies, that is ketonuria and urine, are indicative of diabetes mellitus. तो ये question जो है direct NCERT book से ही आपको पूछा गया है. It is not mentioned in disorders. Disorders में नहीं है, but within the text आपको ये definitely मिल जाएगा. Which of the following help in prevention of diuresis? Diuresis की prevention का, you know, कौन facilitate कर सकता है? Reabsorption of sodium and water from renal tubules due to aldosterone, Atrial natriuretic factor causes vasoconstriction. Decrease in secretion of renin by juxtaglomerular cells. More water absorption due to under secretion of ADH. Which of the following would help in diuresis? Diuresis means basically means that you want to conserve water in your body, right? Water का बहुत ज़्यादा loss हो चुका है fluids का from the body, but अब अभी body क्या करना चाहती है? Conserve करना चाहती है water को. That is known as diuresis, right? तो उसको क्या करेंगे? 20 seconds, hurry up. Prevention of diuresis. Prevention of diuresis के context में you have to tell. Prevention of diuresis means you don't want to conserve water. You want to prevent that condition. 3, 2, 1. Time up. Of course, right answer is reabsorption from sodium and water from renal tubules due to aldosterone. Right? Reabsorption of sodium and water from renal tubules due to aldosterone would help in prevention of excessive loss of fluid from the body. It will be preventing excessive loss of fluid from the body. So you can see here, aldosterone causes reabsorption of sodium and water from the distal parts of the tubule. This leads to an increased GFR, BP and GFR, and it is known as renin-angiotensin mechanism. Clear? Next question. Match the column. Match the column. Podocytes, protonephridia, nephridia, renal calculi. Renal calculi. Crystallized oxalates, annulates, amphioxus, filtration slits. नीट 2019 का सवाल है, राइट? पोडोसाइट्स, प्रोटोनेफ्रीडिया, नेफ्रीडिया, रेनल कैल्कुलाई किसके साथ मैच करोगे यू फॉर दीज एक्सक्रीटरी स्ट्रक्चर्स? दैट्स द क्वेश्चन. 20 seconds, hurry up. These are particular type of cells and structures and oxalate crystals that you find in the body. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. Of course, children, podocytes are filtration slits जो कि present होते हैं glomerulus में, right? हमने Malpighian capsule बनाया, right? उसमें हमने Bowman's capsule बनाया. We have made blood vessels entering it, right? So here we talk about presence of podocytes in this area, which helps in filtration of the blood, right? Podocytes, filtration slits. Protonephridia present in amphioxus, nephridia occur in annulates, and of course renal calculi are crystallized oxalate, stones present in the kidney. All right, clear? Next question, नीट 2019 से column 1, column 2 मैच करेंगे. Descending limb of Henle's loop, proximal convoluted tubule, ascending limb of Henle's loop, distal convoluted tubule. Match them with the following. 20 seconds, hurry up. Basically, part of the nephron given है column 1 में, function of that part of the nephron is given in column 2, and you have to match them. You have to match them. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time up. Of course, children, descending limb of loop of Henle is going to reabsorb water only, right? It is going to reabsorb water only. Proximal convoluted tubule, it causes reabsorption of ions, water, organic nutrients. Ascending limb of loop of Henle is going to reabsorb only electrolytes, so reabsorption of salts. Distal convoluted tubule can carry out only conditional reabsorption of ions and water. So that's the correct match, option B. नीट 2019 का सवाल. Which of the following factors is responsible for formation of concentrated urine? Concentrated urine बनाने के लिए इनमें से कौन से factors responsible है? Maintaining hyperosmolarity towards inner intermedullary interstitium in kidneys, secretion of erythropoietin by JGA cells, hydrostatic pressure during glomerular filtration, or low levels of ADH. Which of the following is responsible to form concentrated urine? 20 seconds, hurry up. Which factor is responsible for formation of concentrated urine? Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. Of course, children, right answer is more hyperosmolarity, which is caused towards the inner medullary interstitium in the kidneys. That causes, more concentration of urine, right? Concentration of urine will become more because ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा osmolarity हमें कहाँ मिलेगी? Towards the inner medullary interstitium. And as you know, ascending limb of loop of Henle, right? जो है it is impermeable to water and permeable only to ions and electrolytes. So that is what causes concentration of the urine. Next question, match the following items column 1, column 2 में, right? NEET 2018 का question है ultrafiltration. So function is given in column 1, part of excretory system जो कि ये function करता है उसके साथ आपको match करना है. Ultrafiltration, concentration of urine, transport of urine, storage of urine. Which of the following functions best matches with the excretory part? Henle's loop, ureter, urinary bladder, Malpighian capsule, PCT. Column 1, column 2. Hurry up. 20 seconds, come on. Column 1, column 2 match करेंगे. Ultrafiltration, concentration of urine, transport of urine, storage of urine. Does it match with Henle's loop, ureter, urinary bladder, Malpighian capsule or PCT? 3, 2, 1, time up. Of course, ultrafiltration is caused by Malpighian capsule, right? And concentration of urine is caused by Henle's loop, descending ascending limb के बारे में हमने पढ़ा है. Transport of urine is carried out by ureters and storage of urine is carried out by urinary bladder. Okay. NEET 2018 question, option number B, right? Next question, match the items in column 1 and column 2. NEET 2018 का question है. Column 1 में we have glycosuria, gout, renal calculi, glomerular nephritis. Column 2 में we have accumulation of uric acid in joints, mass of crystallized salts within the kidney, inflammation in glomeruli, presence of glucose in urine. Column 1, column 2 से match करेंगे. Which of the following conditions matches with the following terms? 20 seconds, hurry up. So these are conditions of excretory disorders: glycosuria, gout, renal calculi, glomerular nephritis. Is it through uric acid, crystallized salts, inflammation or presence of glucose? So time up. Of course, अभी हमने किया था. Glycosuria is caused by presence of glucose in the urine. Gout is again caused by accumulation of uric acid crystals in the joints. Renal calculi is caused by mass of crystallized salts found in the kidneys. Glomerular nephritis is found in glomerulus because of inflammation. Right? Clear? Is that understood? NEET 2017 का question, which of the following statements is correct? Ascending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water. Descending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water. Ascending limb of loop of Henle is permeable to water. Ascending limb of loop of Henle is permeable to electrolytes. Which of the following statements is correct? 20 seconds, come on. You have to match. You have to choose the correct statement with regard to ascending and descending limbs of loop of Henle, right? कौन सा permeable है, कौन सा impermeable है to water and electrolytes? 3, 2, 1, time up. Of course, children, correct statement is that ascending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water. Ascending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water, but it allows passage of electrolytes or ions. It causes passage of electrolytes or ions. Clear? And similarly, descending limb of loop of Henle की बात करें, right? Descending limb of loop of Henle is permeable to water, but not permeable to electrolytes or ions. So इससे हमारी सारी statements clear हो जाती हैं, right? Second statement में we have descending limb is impermeable to water, that's wrong. Ascending limb is permeable to water, that's also wrong. Descending limb is permeable to electrolytes, that's also wrong statement. Clear? Henle's loop, you can see here. that descending limb of loop of Henle is permeable to water but impermeable to electrolytes. This concentrates the urine. इसकी वजह से जो filtrate है वो जो urine है जो filtrate है वो concentrate हो जाता है. Ascending limb जो है it is impermeable to water but allows transport of electrolytes actively or passively. So जैसे जैसे concentrated filtrate pass करता रहता है upward, it gets diluted due to passage of electrolytes in the medullary fluid. Okay, clear? Decrease in GFR, decrease in blood pressure or volume will not cause the release of. नीट 2017 का क्वेश्चन है. रेनिन, ANF, एल्डोस्टेरॉन, ADH. ब्लड प्रेशर अगर डिक्रीज होगा तो कौन से हार्मोन का रिलीज बॉडी नहीं करेगी? दैट्स द क्वेश्चन. 20 सेकेंड हरी अप. हमने इनडायरेक्टली ये क्वेश्चन पहले भी किया है, राइट? Earlier also we have solved this kind of question, but totally opposite. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. So decrease in blood pressure is caused by ANF. ANF. Decrease in blood pressure is caused by ANF, क्योंकि ANF जो है, जो भी बॉडी मैकेनिज्म करती है टू इंक्रीज बॉडी फ्लूइड कंजर्वेशन, उसको जस्ट एग्जैक्टली ऑपोजिट करता है. इट कंट्रोल्स ब्लड प्रेशर इंक्रीज बाय रास मैकेनिज्म, राइट? रास मैकेनिज्म से जब ब्लड प्रेशर इंक्रीज हो जाता है, GFR इंक्रीज हो जाता है, तो दैट इज ब्रॉट डाउन बाय ANF. क्लियर? सो यू हैव ऑलरेडी मार्क दिस इन NCERT बुक. हमने पहले इसको मार्क कर लिया. An increase in blood flow to the atria of the heart can cause release of ANF. ANF can cause vasodilation and thereby decrease the blood pressure. ANF acts as a check on renin-angiotensin mechanism, right? So that's the opposite hormone जो blood pressure को increase करेगा, not decrease, okay? That will decrease the blood pressure, okay? Not increase. Clear? Part of nephron, नीट 2016 का क्वेश्चन. Part of nephron involved in active reabsorption of sodium is. So sodium ion बहुत actively reabsorb होता है from the renal tubule. But which part of renal tubule actually reabsorbs sodium ion? DCT, PCT, Bowman's capsule, descending limb of Henle's loop. Which of the following? 20 seconds, come on. Which of the following? Let me have water and you can solve this. That's a simple question. 3, 2, 1, time up. Of course, children, part of nephron involved in, active reabsorption of sodium ion is the first part of the nephron, that is PCT. That is PCT. Proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule, okay? So you can mark it here in your NCERT book. यहाँ पे आप snip में देख सकते हो that. It is lined by simple cuboidal brush border cells. तो basically microvilli present हैं, जो कि क्या करेंगे? Surface area को increase करेंगे for reabsorption. तो जितने भी essential nutrients हैं, 70 to 80% electrolytes हैं, water है, वो सब क्या हो जाएगा? Reabsorb हो जाएगा from this segment. तो important ions में हमारे पास आ जाता है sodium, right? And even glucose and some amount of urea is absorbed from this region. Okay, clear? Sodium is the most important ion जो reabsorb होगा from PCT region. Next question, AIPMT 2015 से. Human urine is usually acidic. तो हम कहते हैं कि human urine is acidic. What is the reason? Sodium transporter exchanges one hydrogen ion for each sodium in peritubular capillaries, right? Peritubular capillaries जो capillaries surround करती हैं to the loop of Henle. Excreted plasma proteins are acidic. Potassium and sodium exchange generates acidity. Hydrogen ions are actively secreted into the filtrate. Which of the following reasons will make the urine acidic? 20 seconds, come on. Human urine is usually acidic because, what's the reason? Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 time up. Of course children, it is because of the hydrogen ions that the pH will become low, right? Hydrogen ions are being actively secreted into the urine. जो last step है formation of urine का, right? Tubular secretion. उसमें filtrate में continuously hydrogen ions are being secreted, so that lowers down the pH and the urine becomes acidic. Why? Because of secretion of hydrogen ions in the last step of urine formation. So you can see during urine formation, tubular cells secrete substances like hydrogen, potassium and ammonia into the filtrate. It is also an important step in urine formation and helps in maintenance of ionic and acid base balance of the body. Acid base balance of the body. Clear? AIPMT 2014 का सवाल है. Which of the following causes increase in sodium reabsorption in DCT? DCT में सोडियम का reabsorption कौन increase करेगा? Increase in aldosterone level, increase in antidiuretic hormone level, decrease in aldosterone level, decrease in antidiuretic hormone level. 20 seconds, hurry up. Which of the following will cause increase in sodium reabsorption in DCT part of the renal tubule? Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. So of course children, sodium की reabsorption will increase only if aldosterone levels in the body will increase, जो कि cause करेंगे conditional reabsorption from the DCT. Conditional reabsorption of sodium and water from the distal convoluted part of the renal tubule. So increase in sodium reabsorption in DCT will increase when aldosterone hormone increases, right? So that's the right answer. Next question, NEET 2013 से figure shows human urinary system. Human urinary system हमें यहाँ नजर आ रहा है. We can see parts labeled as A, B, C and D, right? Select option which correctly identifies them and gives their characteristics or functions. Adrenal gland is A. Located at anterior part of kidney, secretes catecholamines which stimulates glycogen breakdown. B is pelvis region, broad funnel shaped space inner to hilum, directly connected to loops of Henle. C is medulla, inner zone of kidney and contains complete nephrons. D is cortex, outer part of kidney and do not contain any part of nephron. Which of the following labeling and function is right with context to, parts marked in the diagram? So carefully you can see the diagram. ध्यान से देखो. Option A, B, C, D with reference to the labels A, B, C and D, showing you the part of the name and function of the same. Which is the correct one? 20 seconds, hurry up. So observe the diagram carefully. ध्यान से देखो and then only you can make out which of the following labeling is correct. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time up. Of course children, एक ही labeling हमें यहाँ पे सही नजर आ रही है. That is option A. Kidneys के ऊपर we can find, right, adrenal gland. It is located at anterior part of the kidney. Anterior part of the kidney पे located है and it secretes catecholamines. So you have read this hormone in chemical control and coordination. उसके questions भी हम करेंगे इसी week में. We'll complete human physio, right? So every Tuesday to Friday we are meeting. 5:30 से 7 बजे हम मिलते हैं. ऐसे ही PYQ solve कर रहे हैं हम from all the chapters of biology. तो इस week हमारी ये series finish होने वाली है. Till Friday we are going to complete human physio, okay? तो कैटेकोलामीन जो कि ग्लाइकोजन के ब्रेकडाउन को स्टिमुलेट करता है, दैट इज ऑल्सो रिलीज ऑफ एड्रीनल कॉर्टेक्स अदर देन एड्रेनलिन, ओके? नेक्स्ट, मैक्सिमम एड्रीनल ग्लैंड, दैट्स अ रिलीज फ्रॉम एड्रीनल ग्लैंड, ओके? मैक्सिमम अमाउंट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स एंड वाटर, दैट इज 70 to 80% फ्रॉम ग्लोमेरुलर फिल्ट्रेट इज रीएब्सॉर्ब्ड इन विच पार्ट ऑफ द नेफ्रॉन? 70 से 80% सबसे ज्यादा रीएब्जॉर्प्शन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स की वाटर की कौन से पार्ट से होगी नेफ्रॉन के? असेंडिंग लिम्ब ऑफ लूप ऑफ हेनले, डिस्टल कॉन्वोल्यूटेड ट्यूब्यूल, प्रॉक्सिमल कॉन्वोल्यूटेड ट्यूब्यूल, डिसेंडिंग लिम्ब ऑफ लूप ऑफ हेनले. From where will the maximum reabsorption take place? 20 seconds, hurry up. Hurry up. Maximum amount of electrolyte and water from the glomerular filtrate is reabsorbed in which part of the nephron? Ascending limb, distal convoluted tubule, proximal convoluted tubule, or descending limb of loop of Henle? Time up. Of course, children, right answer is the maximum reabsorption will take place from PCT. तो आपको पता है PCT में सबसे ज़्यादा सोडियम आयंस की, right, वाटर की reabsorption and all the glucose molecules will be, you know, reabsorbed from very first part of renal tubule, that is PCT. Clear? Next question. AIPMT 2011 से uricotalic mode of passing out nitrogenous waste is found in birds and annelids, amphibians and reptiles, insects and amphibians, reptiles and birds. 20 seconds, hurry up. Uricotalic mode of passing out nitrogenous waste is found in what? कौन से group of organisms में uricotalic mode of elimination of excretory waste हमें देखने को मिलता है? That's the question. So time up. Of course, children, uric acid is found as a nitrogenous waste in birds and reptiles. So the uric acid जो कि सबसे minimal water के help से, right, minimal water के help से it releases nitrogenous waste in the form of uric acid, and it is seen as a pellet or some simple white color of paste, right, that is released by reptiles and birds. AIPMT 2011 का question, which of the following correctly explains the function of specific part of human nephron? Henle's loop, distal convoluted tubule, afferent arteriole, podocytes. Henle's loop में सबसे ज़्यादा reabsorption होगी major substances की, distal convoluted tubule में reabsorption होगा ions का, afferent arteriole carry करेगा blood को away from glomerulus towards renal vein, podocytes will create minute spaces for filtration of blood into Bowman's capsule. 20 seconds, hurry up. Which of the following explains function of a particular part of nephron जिसमें सारे ही parts के साथ you are given function over here, right? Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time up. Of course, children, right answer is podocytes, right? Podocytes जो कि slit pores बनाएंगे for filtration and they are found in Bowman's capsule. तो अभी मैंने आपको बना के भी दिखाया था, right? Bowman's capsule में you can find small pore like structures like filtration slits like structures जो कि cause करेंगे filtration of the blood from here. Okay, clear? Like this. Okay. So other statements are not right because Henle's loop most reabsorption of major substances, no. Henle's loop major reabsorption नहीं करता, PCT conducts major reabsorption, so that's wrong. Distal convoluted tubule reabsorption of ions into surrounding blood capillaries, no. It carries out conditional reabsorption, तो वो भी एक wrong statement है. Afferent arteriole carries blood away from the glomerulus, no. Efferent arteriole carries blood away from the glomerular surface. Okay. AIPMT 2010 का सवाल, which of the following statements is in regard to excretion by human kidneys is correct? Correct statement, human kidneys से related. Descending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water. Distal convoluted tubule is incapable of reabsorbing bicarbonate. Nearly 99% of glomerular filtrate is reabsorbed by renal tubule. Ascending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to electrolytes. Which of the following statements is correct? ध्यान से पढ़ो चारों statements. Consider them all. And your time for marking the answer begins now. 20 seconds. Hurry up. Hurry up. Which statement is right? Descending limb is impermeable to water. Distal convoluted tubule is incapable of reabsorbing. 99% of GFR is reabsorbed by renal tubule. ascending limb is impermeable to water. So of course बच्चों 99% of glomerular filtrate it is actually reabsorbed by renal tubule. Renal tubule का जो सबसे पहला पार्ट है उसी में 70 to 80% जो reabsorption है वो complete हो जाती है, that is PCT, and whole of the renal tubule carries out 99% of reabsorption of the filtrate. So that's the correct statement. AIPMT 2009 का question. Uric acid is the chief nitrogenous component of excretory products of man, earthworm, cockroach or frog. So basically they are asking uric acid इनमें से कौन से organisms में produce होगा. 20 seconds, hurry up. Uric acid is the chief nitrogenous component of excretory products of man, earthworm, cockroach or frog. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. So of course children, right answer is cockroach produces excretory waste in the form of pellet or paste, that is uric acid, minimal loss of water from the body. What will happen to the stretch receptors of urinary bladder what will happen if the stretch receptors of urinary bladder wall are totally removed? Urinary bladder की wall में जब stretch receptors remove हो जाएंगे तो क्या होगा? That's the condition. Urine will not collect in the bladder. Micturition will continue. Urine will continue to collect normally in the bladder. There will be no micturition. Hurry up. Which of the following is correct? So that's an application based question. Stretch receptors conditional question है. Urinary bladder में stretch receptors are not working, right? They are totally removed. So what will happen? Which of the following will be, happening in that condition? 20 seconds, hurry up. Urine will not collect in the bladder or micturition will continue, means release of urine. Urine will continue to collect normally in the bladder. There will be no micturition. 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. So of course, बच्चों urinary bladder के stretch receptors, right? They are not working. So stretch receptors अगर work नहीं कर रहे, that means the urge of urination will not happen, and urine will pass out as such from the body without any urge. But of course, urinary bladder में urine का accumulate होना that will be totally normal because urinary bladder is not affected. Only the stretch receptors जो उसकी wall में present है जो reflex create करते हैं, right? Which create a urge to urinate, a command. It is a condition for the body that you get a sensation that you want to urinate, that will discontinue. Okay. Angiotensinogen is a protein produced and secreted by AIPMT 2006 question. Macula densa cells, endothelial cells, liver cells, juxtaglomerular cells. एंजियोटेंसिनोजन एक प्रोटीन है जिसको कौन प्रोड्यूस करता है? मैक्यूला डेंसा सेल्स, एंडोथेलियल सेल्स, लिवर सेल्स, juxtaglomerular cells. So angiotensinogen is a very important protein, which is activated under RAS mechanism. So it actually is produced, NCERT में लिखा, it is released in the blood. But from where does it come? ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था AIPMT 2006 में. 20 seconds, hurry up. Angiotensinogen is a protein produced and secreted by macula densa cells, endothelial cells, liver cells, juxtaglomerular cells. 3, 2, 1, time up. Of course, angiotensinogen is produced by liver cells, जो कि further convert करता है इसको, renin converts this into angiotensin 1 and eventually angiotensin 2. Uricotalism. Uricotalism is found in mammals and birds, fishes and freshwater protozoans, birds, reptiles and insects, frogs and toads. AIPMT question. Uricotalism is found in mammals and birds, fishes and freshwater protozoans, birds, reptiles and insects, frogs and toads. 20 seconds, hurry up. Uricotalism refers to release of uric acid, right? Uric acid that involves minimal loss of water from the body, right? एक ऐसा नाइट्रोजनस वेस्ट है जिसको एक्सक्रीट आउट करने के लिए बॉडी को मिनिमम वाटर की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है. सो ऑफ कोर्स यूरिकोटेलिज्म इज फाउंड इन बर्ड्स, रेप्टाइल्स एंड इंसेक्ट्स. अभी हमने पहले प्रीवियस क्वेश्चंस में भी देखा, लाइक कॉकरोच ना, बर्ड्स एंड रेप्टाइल्स पे तो पहले भी क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. सो यूरिकोटेलिज्म इज फाउंड इन बर्ड्स, रेप्टाइल्स एंड इंसेक्ट्स. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, AIPMT 2003. इफ हेनलेज लूप वर एब्सेंट, अगर रेनल ट्यूब्यूल में लूप ऑफ हेनले एब्सेंट होता, राइट, फ्रॉम मेमेलियन नेफ्रॉन, which of the following is to be expected? Urine will be more concentrated, urine will be more dilute, there will be no urine formation, there will hardly be any change in the quality and quantity of urine form. लूप ऑफ हेनले अगर एब्सेंट होगा मेमेलियन नेफ्रॉन से, तो क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हो? यूरिन विल बी मोर कंसंट्रेटेड, इट विल बी डाइल्यूट, नो यूरिन फॉर्मेशन विल टेक प्लेस, और देयर विल बी हार्डली एनी चेंज. So 20 seconds, hurry up. So basically they are asking what is the function of loop of Henle in the mammalian nephron. That's the question. What is going to happen if Henle's loop is absent? 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2 and 1, time up. Of course children, if Henle's loop were absent, urine will be more diluted. Urine will become more diluted. अगर loop of Henle नहीं होगा, so you know that osmolarity will not take place. Osmolarity, concentration of the urine, dilution of the urine will be, you know, concentration of the urine will not take place, and ultimately urine will become more dilute. AIPMT 2000 question. Ability of the vertebrates to produce concentrated or hyperosmotic urine usually depends upon the area of Bowman's capsule epithelium, length of Henle's loop, length of PCT, or capillary network forming glomerulus. Ability of vertebrates to produce concentrated urine किस पे डिपेंड करता है? 20 seconds, hurry up. Ability of vertebrates to produce concentrated urine depends on what? Area of Bowman's capsule epithelium, length of Henle's loop, length of PCT, capillary network forming glomerulus. 3, 2, 1, time up. So of course right answer is length of Henle's loop. Loop of Henle की length पे depend करेगा that you know concentrated urine, concentration of urine क्या रहेगी. So अभी just previous question हमने किया, right? If Henle's loop is removed, what will be the condition? So urine will become more diluted. Okay. So ability of vertebrates to produce concentrated urine, that depends on loop of Henle. Exactly similar question, right? AIPMT 1999 it was asked, aquatic reptiles are ammoniotalic, ureotalic in water, ureotalic over land. Aquatic reptiles, what kind of nitrogenous waste do they produce? 20 seconds, hurry up. Ammoniotalic, ureotalic. Ammoniotalic means producing ammonia, ureotalic means producing urea, or C option is urea is produced in water and urea is produced over land, right? So 3, 2, 1, time up. Of course aquatic reptiles are producing urea. Aquatic reptiles are producing urea. All right, clear? Basic functional unit of human kidney is, that's a very simple question. AIPMT 1997 में पूछा गया था. सबसे बेसिक स्ट्रक्चरल एंड फंक्शनल यूनिट ऑफ किडनी को क्या कहते हैं? नेफ्रॉन, पिरामिड, नेफ्रीडिया, हेनलेज लूप. सो 20 seconds, hurry up. Very simple question. Nothing can be simpler than this. Basic functional unit of human kidney is nephron, pyramid, nephridia और Henle's loop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. So of course basic structural unit is nephron. तो हमने पढ़ा है कि that kidneys have millions of nephron in their cortical and medullary region. Mostly they are interspersed in medulla, right? And they begin with a Bowman's capsule, right? Bowman's capsule से शुरू होंगे and they will be continuing into a PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. So let's just label the part. Bowman's capsule, PCT, This is proximal convoluted tubule, followed by loop of Henle having descending limb, ascending limb, descending limb, descending limb, ascending limb, right? This is ascending limb, followed by DCT, DCT which is a convoluted part, DCT which is a convoluted part, followed by collecting tubule, collecting duct, okay? And of course this whole of the nephron is surrounded by, you know, glomerular vessels, right? Glomerular vessels means जो capillaries आगे further divide होंगी from efferent arteriole, they will be all surrounding this loop of Henle renal tubule, like that, okay? Clear? So this is nephron, basic structural and functional unit of kidney. Uric acid, AIPMT question again, question बार बार पूछा जा रहा है, forms of, you know, excretory waste पे, nitrogenous waste पे. Uric acid is nitrogenous waste in mammals and mollusks, birds and lizards, frog and cartilaginous fishes, insects and bony fishes. 20 seconds, come on. Uric acid is nitrogenous waste in mammals and mollusks, birds and lizards, frog and cartilaginous fishes, insects and bony fishes. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Of course, uric acid is produced in birds and lizards, right? Reptiles and birds, they produce very concentrated nitrogenous waste, that is uric acid. Uric acid, clear? In the form of paste or pellet with minimal release of water. Minimal release of water. Part not belonging to urinoferous tubule is AIPMT 1994. Glomerulus, Henle's loop, DCT, collecting tubule. Part not belonging to urinoferous tubules is 20 seconds, hurry up. Urinoferous tubule का part कौन सा नहीं है? Is it glomerulus, Henle's loop, distal convoluted tubule or collecting tubule? So last 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. So of course, Bicho, right answer is glomerulus. You know that this is Bowman's capsule, right? This is Bowman's capsule, and this Bowman's capsule along with the network of capillaries, that is glomerulus, right? Network of capillaries which enter and exit this Bowman's capsule, right? They are afferent arteriole, efferent arteriole, right? Clear? So all these parts which are, you know, these are called glomerulus. These capillaries are called glomerulus. Bowman's capsule and glomerulus together can be called Malpighian corpuscle. Malpighian corpuscle. They are not part of renal tubule. Renal tubule begins from PCT and ends in collecting duct. Okay, clear? If kidneys fail to reabsorb water, अगर kidneys water को reabsorb करना बंद कर दे, what will be the effect on tissue? AIPMT question. They will remain unaffected. They will shrink and shrivel, absorb water from blood plasma, take more oxygen from blood. अगर water की reabsorption बंद हो जाए kidneys से, so what will happen? 20 seconds, come on. They will remain unaffected tissues of the body. They will shrink and shrivel. They will absorb water from blood plasma. They will take more oxygen from blood. 3, 2, 1 and time up. Of course, children, if body fluids are low in volume, and there is no regulation of this, right? इसका कोई checkpoint नहीं है. So of course the tissues are going to shrink because of deficiency of water and they will shrivel. Okay, clear? Glucose is taken back from glomerular filtrate through. Glomerular filtrate में glucose का reabsorption कैसे होता है? Through active transport, passive transport, osmosis or diffusion. AIPMT question 1993, 20 seconds. Glucose is taken back from glomerular filtrate through active transport, passive transport, osmosis or diffusion. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2 and 1. Right answer is glucose is taken back through active transport. So it is mentioned in your NCERT book कि glucose and some of the ions. See, this is a snip from NCERT book that you can see यहाँ पर comparison हो रहा है, right? How many filtrate forms and actually how many of it gets transformed into urine, right? So for example, substances like glucose, amino acids, sodium ions, etc. in the filtrate, they are reabsorbed actively, right? Whereas nitrogenous waste are absorbed by passive transport. So you need to keep a track of the substances which are being reabsorbed actively. Glucose, amino acid, sodium, active reabsorption करेंगे, right? PCT में mostly होगा. And otherwise, the other nitrogenous waste, other ions, they will be reabsorbed passively. Actively means with the expense of energy, pumps will run, and passively means without the expenditure of energy. AIPMT question. Nitrogenous waste products are eliminated mainly as. Nitrogenous waste body में कैसे eliminate होते हैं? In form of urea in tadpole, ammonia in adult frog, ammonia in tadpole, urea in adult frog, urea in both tadpole and adult frog, urea in tadpole and uric acid in adult frog. So you must know कि in particular, you know, organisms की adult frog, tadpole, ये कौन सी stages में, right? कौन से habitat में present होते हैं? So according to the habitat, you can decide कि इनमें nitrogenous waste जो produce होगा, उसकी nature क्या होगी, and what mode of excretion will they follow? Okay, so you have to think like that. Which mode of excretion are they going to follow accordingly? 20 seconds, hurry up. Nitrogenous waste product are eliminated mainly as urea in tadpole, ammonia in adult frog, ammonia in tadpole, urea in adult frog, urea in both tadpole and frog, urea in tadpole, uric acid in adult frog. 3, 2, 1, time up. Of course, children, tadpole lives in water, right? Tadpole is totally aquatic, while adult frog, if I talk about adult frog, that is an amphibian, means water पे भी और land पर भी इसकी जो है dwelling होगी, development होगी. So ammonia in tadpole, because it requires maximum water to release nitrogenous waste, and urea in case of adult frog will be two different type of nitrogenous waste in one single organism, that is frog. तो हमने frog का excretion right पढ़ा है. Now it is a part of syllabus. Excretion in frog we have already studied in structural organization in animals. So tadpole में nitrogenous waste excretion will be in the form of ammonia because it dwells in water. But क्योंकि land पर eventually shift हो जाता है, तो that is through urea in adult frog. Under normal conditions, which one is completely reabsorbed in renal tubule? Right? Normal condition में सबसे ज़्यादा reabsorption, complete reabsorption renal tubule में किसकी होगी? AIPMT question, urea, uric acid, salt, glucose. 20 seconds, hurry up. Under normal conditions, which one is completely reabsorbed in the renal tubule? Urea, uric acid, salt and glucose. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Of course, children, we know glucose की बहुत ज़्यादा requirement है body में. It cannot be excreted out as a waste. It's not a waste, right? So it will be actively reabsorbed. Total complete reabsorption will be done in PCT part of the renal tubule. PCT part of renal tubule will carry out complete reabsorption of glucose. Complete reabsorption of glucose. Okay, is that clear? Understood? Proximal and distal convoluted tubules are part of. This is again a very simple question. जैसा कि क्वेश्चन आया था structural and functional unit of kidney, बिल्कुल वैसा ही है. Seminiferous tubule, nephron, oviduct, vas deferens. PCT and DCT are parts of. 20 seconds, hurry up. Seminiferous tubule, nephron, oviduct, vas deferens. Seminiferous tubule, nephron, oviduct, vas deferens. 3, 2, and 1, time up. Of course, children, right answer is nephron. That is the structural and functional unit of life. Structural and functional unit of life, right? तो नेफ्रॉन के दो इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्वुलेटेड पार्ट्स हैं. द प्रॉक्सिमल वन जो सबसे पहले आता है, राइट, फॉलोड बाय लूप ऑफ हेनले एंड अल्टीमेटली डिस्टल कॉन्वुलेटेड ट्यूब्यूल इज आल्सो सीन. Brush border is a characteristic of, where do we find brush border, cells in the body? Neck of nephron, collecting tubule, proximal convoluted tubule, or all the parts? AIPMT question. Brush border cells are characteristic features of neck of nephron, collecting tubule, PCT, or all of the above. 20 seconds, hurry up. Brush border किसका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर है? Neck of nephron, collecting tube, proximal convoluted tubule, or all of them? 3, 2, 1. So we have studied that PCT cells, right? PCT cells are lined by brush border epithelium, right? Brush border epithelium, so that maximum reabsorption surface can be provided. Maximum reabsorption surface can be provided in this part. That's why we have brush border epithelia. AIPMT question 1989. Reabsorption of useful substances from glomerular filtrate occurs in collecting tube, loop of Henle, proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule. 20 seconds, hurry up. Reabsorption of useful substances from glomerular filtrate takes place in collecting tube, loop of Henle, proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1, time up. Of course, reabsorption, right? GFR सबसे ज़्यादा कहाँ पर reabsorb होता है in PCT part, which has maximum reabsorption surface and reabsorbs important components like glucose, amino acids, and even water. Okay, clear? So these substances are reabsorbed from very first part. So children, this was all about PYQs from chapter excretory products and their elimination. I hope आप सारे questions easily solve कर पाए and समझ पाए. And this is how we are going to solve other chapters of human physio also. Tuesday से Friday हमारा session होता है. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we are going to solve questions from human physiology, whichever chapters are left, right? Breathing and exchange is done, body fluids and circulation is done, excretory products is done, and now we are going to do other pending chapters. So I hope you are liking the sessions. This is a recorded session, लेकिन मैं definitely आपके comments पढ़ती हूँ, आपकी queries पढ़ती हूँ. So keep writing like that, keep sharing the session. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care. Bye bye.